Welcome back to Of Dice and Friends, your weekly serving of magic, mayhem, and misadventure. I'm Joey, your host and dungeon master, and this is episode 50.
Wow.
Seriously?
Did you say 50?
Can I count that high?
50. No, you can't.
Oh, shoot.
We've been doing this for almost a year.
Almost a year. Isn't that insane?
I don't believe it. I'm just going to assume that there was like a ripple in the timeline.
Yeah. Well, instead of handing this off to Nolan and hating myself for it,
Why?
I'm going to switch. We'll do this in reverse order. Give it to Sarek because he has a prompt for everyone.
Ooh. So I realized, we've been playing these characters 50 episodes now, apparently. I didn't think it was that long, but there's a lot of moments we as players probably disagree with what we say as characters. And so I want to know, what is like your most memorable moment that you can think of that you disagreed with your character's actions or your character's philosophy or something like that?
Do you have one in mind for yourself?
Yeah. So for example, when Heen was sitting on the boat with Ravi, right before we were about to do the future telling and stuff, and she offers to tell his future, Heen declines, and he wants to talk. He talks about very briefly, I need to be responsible for my actions. I don't believe in fate. I have to believe in free will. Otherwise, all of the pain I caused, all of the, my entire backstory means nothing. And so me, the player, as I was saying that, I was like, this is really strange because I actually kind of tend towards the opposite, where I'm not entirely sure there's too much free will. There's some level of it, but it was interesting because I was like, I have to play the character. I want to see what Ravi has to say, of course. And I don't necessarily disagree with her as a player, but I definitely disagree with her as a character.
Yeah, so that's right. We never got to see Heen's future, which is interesting given last episode.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about it now.
I lost sleep over it. So that's kind of why I was hoping you were turning it over to Sarek, so you could be like, I'm going to be fine, like Heen's coming back. But no, okay, all right, that's cool. I'll just sit here and continue to be anxious.
Joey's told me nothing. He's not going to be like, oh yeah, Sarek, don't worry, you're coming back. I'm a little worried I'm going to have to rip up my character sheet. And the way Joey's looking at me, it might be a little serious.
I wouldn't have you rip up your character sheet.
What does that mean?
Oh my gosh.
Wow, okay.
What about you, Aaron?
There are very many things that I would have done and said differently than Finian. Not the least of which is I would bathe a lot more frequently than once every 10 years.
Yeah, you bathe at least once a year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's a big event, too,
Yeah,
in our household. I peel the clothes off. I probably have a few moments I could speak to. Probably when confronting Ongdun. That would not have been my reaction.
What was your reaction? What was Finian's reaction?
As you'll recall, he basically was kind of looking for information from Ongdun.
While Ongdun was like killing everyone.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So any pointers? Not the best choice for me. I certainly wouldn't. And then, of course, there have been many circumstances where Finian has felt it necessary to go into combat and cast combat spells instead of, healing party members. So
wait, you have healing spells?
Yeah, we forgot about
Funny
that.
thing about that, huh? Quite a few.
Wow.
In fact, I suspect in the last episode, I might have been able to use one of those to cause damage to our nemesis. But hey, just saying.
Yeah. Well, before I get to what I would have done differently than Tana, which, spoiler alert, is nothing. I love pandemonium and insanity. No. So, Greg, you sent out that survey. I think we sent that out, last week? So by the time this airs 2 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. We have gotten back 40 responses, and it's been so awesome. One of the questions that really caught my attention, though, was we said, what is preventing you from joining Patreon/Discord? And I think it was Greg, wasn't it 2/3 of the answers were I don't have the money?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to tell you guys, while I completely understand, it is $2 a month, and it makes our lives so much brighter to know that you like what we're doing. So just in case you didn't know. Also, I did see some people saying, well, I don't really get the point of it. I'm not even sure what I would do. I don't actually really care that much about affecting what you guys do. So just so you know, you get to join Discord with us, which is a basically a chat room. If you're not familiar with Discord, we chat on there all day long. It is very colorful and fun. You can also voice and create like your own NPCs, which we've done. You've heard that before. Joey is there talking to our patrons like 24/7 all the time.
They're rolling dice for you guys. They're voting on behind the scenes stuff that completely alters the course of the campaign. I mean, there are a lot of things. Like every couple weeks, I will ask them to decide major plot points.
There was someone who I said, "Oh, we haven't heard from this person in a while. Are they doing okay?" And you're like, "What? I talk to that person 10 times a day." Yeah. So that's awesome. Also, we've got swag that we send out. We have like figurines that Sarek hand paints and we all sign. We send signed photos of like the cast, and it is so much fun. Pictures of Greg's feet. Yep. That was an awkward day. I mean, it's and like so much more that I can't remember. So like, just in case you're like, I don't really know why I would even join it. Like, that's why. Then, to get to Sarah's question, I really wanted Tana to use her powers in Chaos for like that 6 episode stretch where she was like, "No, I can't," blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, "Yes, you can." So that would be my answer.
I think that's impressive restraint because this is D&D. We all want to do our min-maxing. So
we all want to be awesome, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The character needed it, and you got to put the character first, right?
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't have done if I was in the situation because I just made up a character. I'd say the biggest thing that different
Would you have hit on my mother?
Oh, yeah.
My mother listens to this show, just so you know. So, yeah.
Does she look like Mardani?
My mother's hot. She's good
Don't
looking.
give him fuel.
You're right. I don't know. Never mind.
Greg,
I just got lost.
You just derailed Greg.
You've met our mother.
Yeah, I know.
Stop. You stop.
Okay, I am cutting this off now. Answer the question. Do not mention our mother again. I'll throw a slipper at you. You know I will.
Hey, I'm single. Anyway, back to...
Wow, Rachel actually spit up her water. Oh my god.
Take.
Fuck you! Water's not supposed to go in that direction.
A big difference from my normal play style is hoarding gold. I usually don't do that. I usually just big thing I save up for is plate armor because I always need that. And it costs so much early on. And then I just don't care. I don't like to buy magic items because I like to just find magic items. I think that's funner. Mm-hmm. So I just don't care. I usually just give it away for like RP and stuff.
Hey guys, Nolan here, still playing Mo the Monk. Mo's done a lot of stuff I wouldn't do. It's a really long sheet, and I thought about this for a while, but I think the one thing that I wouldn't have done that I think Mo still goes back and forth on is the moment on the island where we split from the 7. If I had played that closer to me, I think I would have tried to keep everyone there.
Yeah.
I think that would have been the biggest thing because it's just like, there's a whole prophecy in motion and this many people are depending on us. So I think that would have been the one thing. So yeah, I think Mo and kind of me has been carrying like a lot of guilt about that. Not as much guilt as I actually used to feel about getting rid of old shoes, but I found out that they actually go to a better place because it turns out they have souls.
How? Why?
Joe, you really thought.
Almost made it through your whole intro without a pun.
I can't help it.
You need help.
I don't.
Speaking of shoes, I have a tangent. So I was watching this fishing video where they had this croc lure and he was throwing and it looked like a little croc and it was popping and a fish ate it. So a fish ate a shoe.
Huh.
That's weird. Anyway,
Wait, what?
that was my tangent. Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. So the lure looked like a
Yeah, it looks like a croc, like the shoe croc.
and a fish took it as
Yeah,
bait.
a fish ate it.
That's
He
freaking
caught
weird.
a fish on it. Yeah.
I have a better question. Why? Why were you watching that?
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
why not?
Why does anybody watch anything on YouTube or TikTok? Right?
I don't know. Fill out
The
our
algorithm
survey and
told-
tell us why you watch us.
The algorithm told me I needed to watch it, so I can't disobey the algorithm.
Okay.
You guys, raise your Coke Zeros, please.
Hey, I got a beer today.
And your beers and your Mountain Dew blue thingies.
Of course it's blue.
This is for all of the therapists out there. I feel like we're really going to need you after this episode.
Hey, we're
Cheers.
keeping you employed.
Cheers. Chapter 50, Endings. Mo, JR, and Tana stand in a small temple-like room built within the roots of the great Misgun family tree. Heen and Finian lay on the ground nearby, beaten and bloody, as does the remains of the elder spirit that Karzar was torturing and eating. Karzar himself floats unconscious nearby, his soul malformed from the battle, but resilient enough to persist. What do you do?
You guys take care of our friends. I'm going to take care of this. And I guess I'll walk over to Karzire and I'm going to kill him for sure.
I'm gonna step in front of you and Karzar. No, we need him.
JR, what are you doing?
We need to give him to Shalith.
What? Are you kidding me? He could come back to life. We need to get rid of him right now.
I know he could come back, but think about it. He killed her only child.
Fine. Okay, fine. We need to help Heen and Finian. Let's hurry up and do that. I'll stand here and watch over Karzire to make sure he doesn't wake up in the meantime.
I'm going to run over to Finian because I think he has the potions. Yeah. I have none. So I'm going to rummage through his pockets and don't tell me what I find until I find the potion. So I find the potions and then I'll start.
There are a lot of furry things in there.
No, stop. I don't.
Are they wiggling around?
And I'm just gonna pop open the ocean. I'm gonna pop. That's what flavor it is. I'm gonna pop open the potion.
Ocean lotion.
And just I don't. That's got to be weird giving people unconscious like liquid. I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of cradle his head like you were cradling JR's body a
then
couple
you-
episodes ago.
Actually, he was cradling me.
oh,
so.
that was very sweet. That was very sweet.
Finian, you come too.
Ow!
Oh, sorry, I'm stepping on you. Ooh. Hey, I gotta go help out he next. So yeah, I'll kind of pat you on the head. You got this, buddy.
I'm in really bad shape.
I'll be walking up to you with some leeches in my hand.
No.
They'll heal you.
And I'll head over to Heen and I'll give him a potion.
You're having deja vu from when you were administering a potion to JR in Pandemonium, and he's not swallowing any of it.
Finian, I need your help. I need your help right now.
Yeah, okay. Hang on. I'm kind of slow.
No, I need you at like Mo speed, not Finian speed. Come on.
Okay. I hobble over at Mo speed, whatever that means. We're not very far away from Heen's body at this point. I'm going to take a look over his body and do a medicine check. That's not very good. I think it's like a 16.
Oh, 16 is
So that's not very good.
it's good for most people. And it's high enough to know. I mean, you've seen a lot of corpses. Heen is dead.
I don't think we can help Heen.
What do you mean we can't help him?
He's dead. His soul has left his body.
Right, but we'll just go find it.
Guys, we gotta go. Help me pick up Karzire. We will take Heen's body to Tregeth. Tregeth will fix this. Let's go, please.
Karzai
please.
looks kind of heavy. I'll take Heen.
He's a spirit. I'll just send over my dragon that's still here.
Tell him not to be gentle.
It just nods its
I'll
head.
help you carry Heen out.
Okay, and I'll
Surprisingly dense.
guys go, and I'll be in the back like pushing you out.
I'll have to come back for this one. The spirit of the tree.
Good, go.
But I stabilized it, I think, before.
Finian!
You all rush out. Most of you, except maybe Finian, who's dragging behind, which you're making sure the ancestral spirit is okay. That's great. You run up the passage and emerge out into the woodland battlefield where elves still fend off waves of wraiths. Nearby, Chalith, the ancient white dragon, blasts intruders with beams of ice while Sensei kneels near some wounded elves. You can't hear what he's saying, but based on the elves' hopeful expressions, he seems to be rallying them.
Damn.
Wow.
When you emerge from the tree, Chalith notices you and flies down and lands before you.
My dragon spirit will walk up and kind of look like a cat, like regurgitates Karzar.
Fitting end.
And then it'll just dissipate. I'll dismiss.
I'm looking anxiously between Karzair's ghost corpse and Heen, and I'm just like bouncing on my heels. I want to go talk to Tregeth, and I want this other guy to be dead.
Then the dragon wastes no time. As you present the demon to the ancient white dragon, her eyes widen in surprise before narrowing with determination. Chains of ice form around Karzair, shackling his arms, wings, and legs and binding him to the bloodied soil. I want him to be awake for this.
Oh.
Chalith stalks close to Karzair, opening her mouth, not to eat, but to roar. Karzair's eyes surge open as his survival instinct kicks in, and it only takes him a moment to realize what has happened. His demeanor becomes a mix of fury, desperation, and hatred.
Can I just take a little moment to give him a nice little finger wave? Bye!
Despite your taunting and his impending execution, he manages to chuckle.
You believe you can kill me? Nothing can kill me! I will endure in every conflict, every murder, and every petty squabble. When survival is brought into question, selfishness always wins. That's what we are. That's all we are. As long as mortals exist, so too does violence, and with it, I live!
Good riddance to you.
Chalith's cold eyes lock onto Karzair's, and a haunting serenity fills the air. She speaks with an authority that silences even the demon. You are but a fleeting shadow, a stain upon the tapestry of Caithar. You stole from me my precious child, and for that, your existence ends here. Your name will be forgotten, as will your hatred. All that will remain is your essence, fueling the restoration of the balance you disrupted. Without giving Karzair a chance to reply, the dragon's wings unfurl, and a chilling burst of icy light envelops the demon. His form explodes into motes of darkness and a torrent of souls that he had devoured but had yet to digest. The shadows dissolve into the cold wind that now fills the air, while the rush of the released souls swirl for a moment before disappearing, flying back to wherever in the afterlife they belong. Among them are Heen and a blonde elf, smiling through tears of joy as they dart off into the Noctarran sky, embracing one another. A long quiet follows.
Heen. Guys, we gotta go get him. We have to bring him back. Mo, come on!
I don't know. I don't think so.
What?
I don't think I've ever seen him that happy before.
I don't think I've ever seen him smile before.
I guess my eyes will dart back to Heen's soul as...
JR,
No, we have to go get him.
No, you're kind of the reason why I don't think we should. You told me when we were in spirit form that I needed to be the one to essentially save Heen, and I think that's this moment. I think if we pull him back into this reality and keep making him fight, I think we're going to break him. I wanted him to keep his cool in that fight, and I don't think he could. And now that he has peace, we shouldn't take that from him.
Oh, Heen. You're right, Mo. You're right.
No.
What?
We have to go after him.
And what, are we going to bring his body over there and say, sorry, man, jump back in? Leave your wife that you just met after how many years? Become a killing machine again? I mean, guys, we're not done. We still have, I guess, technically still 3 giants to deal with.
Exactly, and that's why we have to go get him.
JR, he would lose his wife all over again.
He's going to lose himself, too.
I'm sure that if I employed Tregeth, maybe we could bring him and his wife back to speak with us, but I don't think that's necessary. I agree with you, Mo. I think we need to consider letting him go.
No,
he's suffered too much.
We're not done here. We still have a mission. He's part of this mission. We're bringing him back.
I know, JR.
He did his part in the mission.
He got us this far.
No, we still need him.
I'm going to walk over and give JR a really big hug. I'm going to miss him too.
No, we can't let him go.
I'm just going to keep hugging you tighter.
Duty comes first. And go.
JR, his whole life was duty. He didn't even get a life. Let him have it. We have to let him have it. And like, I guess if you think about it this way, if he's not here, then they can't. That's one of the 7 that need to rise that can't rise.
I will make the comment that my understanding is that he was forced to murder his own wife. And if her soul has come back to join him, that means she's offered forgiveness to him. We shouldn't take that away from him. He needs this time. He needs to be with her spirit.
I'm going to pull away just far enough to look you in the eyes, JR. You know we're right. And you have to let this go. You have to let Heen go.
So he gets to go off and have a happy family, and I'm stuck here.
JR.
I can never have a wife or kids, and then he's just gonna leave us, and then he's gonna go do that. We gotta put duty first. That's what they told me. That's what everything's duty first.
JR, this whole time
we have to save the world, and we need
JR. He did his duty, and now it's time that we do ours.
I can't do this without Heen.
Yeah, you can. You have
No.
to. You have to.
We will have to find a way. JR, he didn't get a happy life, and he's not getting one now. Maybe he finds some peace in the afterlife, but not in the mortal form. Let's not take that away from him.
I'm just gonna drop to my knees, put my hands over my face, and curl up, kneeling.
Well, okay.
The dragon, who was watching silently, not wanting to intrude on the moment, cuts in. You have left the world a little brighter in your wake. Your actions, you have brought peace to this forest and fulfilled a destiny long awaiting that vile creature. I am sorry that your friend had to pay the ultimate price for it, but his death is not in vain.
We do need him. We'll have to carry on without him. But we have even greater challenges ahead of us, if I can speak so boldly.
I'm gonna kneel beside JR. I'll be patting him on the shoulder. Hey, okay, JR, it is way too soon for me to say this, and it's probably not funny. But at the very least, you can go through Heen's pockets. I think he has a lot of gold. Do you want to go look with me? Come on, let's go over and raid his pockets. I hear that's what people do when someone dies in D&D.
It is tradition.
Come on,
I will stand up.
I'll help you up.
Buddy.
Here's my character sheet.
All I got was a piece of paper.
So you're just gonna be like sobbing as you're like rifling through his pockets.
I'm going to try and hide the fact that I'm sobbing by changing the weather to make it rain.
I'm not crying, it's just raining on my face.
You monster. I was looking up at the stars. You ruined that for me.
Yeah, it's going to get real cloudy and rainy. And I'm just like,
I hate the water.
hopefully this will put out some of those fires.
Yeah.
I use all the charges.
All around you, the fires do go out. And while the battle does continue, at least without Karzair's malice fueling the wraiths, the tide of battle has very quickly shifted. It isn't over, but victory does look imminent.
Could I just shoot maybe one more fireball
Of course,
in
Donna.
Heen's honor?
Of course.
Okay. I'm gonna raise my hand to the stormy sky, and using my last 3 sorcerer points, I'm gonna conjure a big ball of thunder, because I hear that lightning and thunder don't mix too well with water. I'm gonna send it at all of the wraiths and cackle like a psychopath as they electrify.
I want to point out that Finian would probably be interested in the proper rites to perform over Heen's body. The unfortunate thing is that the one person in the party who almost certainly would have known exactly how to do that isn't with us to tell us anymore.
Oh.
Speak with the dead.
Oh, God.
Can I do a history check to see if I can remember somewhere in the back of my mind the proper burial rites for a Gith?
Sure.
Okay. I know how to play D&D now.
Yeah, true.
Great.
True.
Will a 13 do it? It's a kind of hazy memory.
He never talked much about his childhood or about being with other Gith, but he loved his wife, and you've never seen him more emotional, more motivated than here after finding out that Karzire had eaten her. So,
Yeah, we should do it the Elven way.
What is the Elven way?
If I were to do it, I would bury him in some ripe soil to ensure that the fungus are well fed.
But how do they do it in Velville? Do you know?
No, there are parts of my memory that have been lost.
Guys, why don't we take his body to Traguth and we'll ask him?
That's a fair point.
Okay, will you guys help me? Will you help me carry him?
Well, if JR would get his hands out of his pockets, sure.
oh
Couldn't we just put his body in his bag of holding and carry him?
Oh yeah, you have a bag of holding.
Yeah, that's all in a bag of holding.
Yeah, I'm gonna be digging around Heen's bag of holding, and I can't take anything. So I'm gonna look at the elves that are around us and hand them Heen's gold.
What?
Wow.
I just got chills.
I hope this helps rebuild what you lost here today. Alice, it's taken a lot from you. I think it's taken a lot from all of us.
wow.
Wow.
Wow, take inspiration.
Dang.
Damn.
It's character development.
Are we sure this is JR? Do you have body snatchers in this campaign?
I'm so proud.
I'm actually really proud too.
Though I did find something interesting, I'll turn to you guys and hold up a sending stone that I didn't know he had.
Totally forgotten about that.
I didn't even know he had that.
No, when he and I were on the ship in the harbor, Theckham, we found some items in the captain's quarters, and I believe that's where that came from.
I'm not like an expert, but don't sending stones like pair? Is that how that works?
If he's been carrying it this whole time,
Has he been talking to someone?
Do you want to?
Well,
Let's find out.
we should call and at least tell him that he's gone. They'd probably want to know.
I remember how you both send messages. I'm going to lovingly but quickly take the stone out of your hand.
There's not going to be enough characters if you give it to Finian.
I actually was reaching over to give it to Finian.
And then you pull it back, right?
I snatched it back. Fine. What should I say?
New phone, who dis?
Okay. New stone, who dis?
HMU.
Joey?
So how this works is once per day you get 25 words to send as a single message.
Okay, fine. I'll add a few more words. Okay, I guess I will just say, I'll keep it short. We're very sorry to say Heen has passed on. Who is this?
You wait for a minute, another minute, a few minutes pass, and there's no reply. Until all around you, fully constructed brick walls erupt from the ground, forming a complex maze of rooms and halls. Furniture and paintings materialize from thin air. All of this in the span of heartbeats. And very quickly, your foresty surroundings are replaced with that of a foyer. A very, very familiar one.
Oh, no.
This impossibly large entryway seems to go on forever in all directions. Infinite rows of ornate pillars just extending out into infinity.
Is this Heen's mansion?
This is their Baron's mansion. And walking down the room's grand staircase is a Gith in white robes. Sadiq, the man who once imprisoned you all in this hellhole.
Oh, I remember.
It no longer reeks of blood and decay. It looks like he cleaned up. So that's good. I forgot about this sending stone. Wow. Did you ever use this? You never called him.
Yeah, I totally remembered I had this, and JR totally didn't just find it on my character sheet. Completely hidden away. Absolutely.
I thought it might be you. I had wondered where that sending stone went. He must have taken it from the captain. Is it true? Is he really gone?
Yeah. And listen, man, I know in this world it's possible to bring him back, but we shouldn't.
Do you think he is happy where he is?
He departed with his wife, so wherever he's going, she's going to the same place it looked.
His wife. You know, I spent 5 years hunting him after he left the Seekers, following a trail of odd jobs he performed, building bridges, roads, houses, statues. As talented a killer as he was, I was even more impressed by the things he had created rather than the lives he had ended. Perhaps now he is finally free to build rather than destroy. Thank you for telling me this. Now that I have you here, it seems like the right time to warn you.
Warn us?
Yes. The Noodles and Company are perhaps the most wanted people in the world right now. Where?
Oh no, why?
Where exactly are you hiding?
Well, I don't have. We shouldn't say that.
I'm not saying nothing.
Why would we allegedly do?
Do not be afraid. Heen was right. The goddess Berguth created my people to teach, not to hunt and execute. I am not seeking you. But the entire Valo Empire is, as is some cult called the Gathering Storm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
that-
That makes
That
sense.
probably would do it. Yep.
We now put a damper in their parade, though.
I am not sure what exactly is going on, but the bounty for you is tremendous.
Sadiq, have you talked to the Gathering Storm at all? Do you have connections?
No, I have connections to Empress Kalia, but not to the Gathering Storm.
Could you maybe mention in passing that Heen's soul was torn to shreds in this fight?
I can do this. What are you hoping to accomplish?
They won't look for him.
Yeah, if we let
of
him
course.
go.
Yeah.
Good idea. If he's not joining us, keep him safe.
At least one of us will be.
He would have been happy to know that the Seekers are no more. They have been disbanded in the wake of Belior's fall.
That's amazing. Did we do that?
Perhaps. It seems your actions are echoing across the world. Funny to think I almost killed all of you.
Yeah, funny.
Yes, hilarious.
I'm missing.
Well, Sadiq, perhaps you could do us a favor and not mention you spoke to us. Or at the very least, maybe you could say we're in the middle of the wastes, just hanging out in the desert. We
It
need a
is-
little bit more time to finish what we started.
If you don't mind me asking, what exactly have you started? Why does everyone want you so terribly?
Because we had the chance at power, and we gave it up, and they don't like that very much.
I am proud of all of you. Heen especially. To sacrifice power is... I wish the Gith all did this years ago. Whatever it is you're doing, I have changed my mind. I don't wish to know. But I wish you luck in your travels. And condolences in losing your friend.
I mean, hey, he's not completely gone, right? Like, once we get this all done, we can find him and have some spirit beer with him, but...
Perhaps.
I could lead us there if you desire.
We gotta get this done first, though, especially if the world's coming after us.
Yeah. We know what we gotta do next.
Well, if you are ever in Belior, stop by and say hello. I will continue to teach tirelessly, as Heen would have, until the people of Belior have accepted magic and mages. I will do what I can to create the paradise he should have been a part of. He will nod to himself, and then the house will begin to dissolve, releasing the illusion.
Wait, City, you said you're going back to the island?
Yes, I have been on Belior.
I'm gonna pick up one of the sending stones and hold it. Can I ask you to do me a favor when you get there?
Perhaps.
I'm gonna walk over to him and kind of lean in. Can you check on my family and tell me how they're doing?
What village do they belong to?
They're in Skystead. If you ask for the Forest Falls, you'll find them.
Yes, I can do this.
All right. I'm gonna hang on to this, and if you could let me know how they're doing in the meantime.
Of course. I do not need the sending stone. I will just contact you telepathically.
That's not
okay.
creepy at all.
I can't do that, so I'm gonna hang on to this just in case.
Please.
And then I'm going to reach out my hand that was ripped from me in this house for a handshake.
You know this is all in your head, yes? I'm not physically here.
Yeah, I knew that. I'll put my hand down awkwardly.
I mean, manners are manners.
It is good to see all of you again. Good luck. And the house, the foyer, will vanish. And you're back in the forest.
Holy hells. The Seekers are done. They're not coming after mages anymore.
We actually did something kind of good.
Yeah.
Heen would be so happy if you were here.
At least there was a positive to starting that war. I guess.
Jared, why you got to put it like that?
I guess it's written, as they say.
Did you notice he mentioned the Empress? And not the Emperor. I mean, Kavas, of course, is no longer Emperor.
Oh, no. Does that... I hope he didn't devote his full time to hunting us.
I mean, he probably did.
Also, who's this Empress?
There's a lot of news of the world that we have missed.
You've been away a long time.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk over to the dragon. Excuse me.
Yes.
We need to get back to Tragoth. Would you mind giving us a lift?
She scoffs at this. A regal, ancient white dragon. You're asking her to take the 5 of you on a road trip.
We did just bring her the Demon of Malice.
I'll give her 5 stars.
Yeah.
On Yelp.
She will hesitate, and then as Horace comes to join all of you, she will nod.
Whoa.
Yes, I will help you, as you have done me a great service, as has the king of humans. And she'll motion to
I'm going to turn slowly to look at Horace.
Yes, of course. And he'll look at you, Tana, like wide-eyed, like you better not ruin this for me.
King! It's been a while.
Yes, it's all right. You don't have to bow or kneel. It's fine. You can if you want to, but I understand if you
Not
don't.
push our luck.
It's okay, Tana. We're not humans, so... And I'll just walk past him.
Wow, good point.
That's true.
He'll scowl.
I'll sniff and
I'm the
swish
only
my
one.
tail as I walk past.
He'll fall in line with Mo as you're all getting on top of the white dragon.
I guess we're carefully bringing Heen on there as well. Gosh.
Horace whispers
Yeah.
to you, "It felt splendid doing good for a change."
Right?
I mean, more good, of course.
Hey, man, listen. You did something good today. Look, in my book, you're redeemed. Just, man, look at the change we made today. You actually saved people's lives.
I didn't I?
You don't even need gold to do that. You don't need to manipulate people. King of humans.
He puffs out his chest at that.
I would also like to point out to the listeners when I said you don't need gold, Greg looked at me sideways.
Yeah, so while we're getting prepared to leave, I've ministered as much as I can to the spirit of the tree. I leave him in the care of some of the local healers.
And you make your way back to Tregeth's Grove. Take some time, but you manage to fly your way back, resting atop the dragon as you go.
Do we get like, full rest? Like a...
I'll give you a short rest. I don't know that you can have a long rest flying atop a dragon.
I was
that's
really,
stressful.
really tired, and I get nothing from short rests.
I get everything.
I got a decent
I
amount.
can meditate in 4 hours, so...
You enter the grove where Tregeth's physical form rests, and Chalith will let you all off her back and say her goodbyes before flying back to Malice, where she lives and hunts wraiths and murder hobos. You're greeted by the same ancient elf druid, though she regards you with hesitation this time. I've been told of your plan. Many of us have. What will we do without Tregeth's guidance? What are you thinking?
That's a very interesting question. As I've been out in the world for some time on my own, I've had to chart my own course and make my own way. I'm sure Tregeth would agree that it's time for the elven people to chart their own course and make their own way and follow their own path, wherever that takes them.
She opens her mouth to argue, but she stops to think. And then silently, she just motions for you all to take a seat on the comfy-looking grass as she makes her way back to her area to begin brewing the potions for each of you.
I guess we'll just lay Heen's body down very gently in the grass.
After a few moments, she brings each of you that same odd mixture to drink. And much like before, when you do, you feel your eyes grow heavy and you fall asleep and then immediately wake up outside of your body. Of course, there's no Heen spirit joining you this time.
Before we talk to Tregeth, I'm going to stop Mo with my dragon foot.
No. I don't want to know anything else you have to say. That I can't
Thank you,
bear
Bo.
the weight. Oh, what?
You did the right decision. And I knew you would.
Hey, are you JR?
Yes, in a way.
Well, he doesn't remember when you're out.
We will be one eventually. I wanted to say thank you. I knew telling you it wasn't really for Heen's benefit. It was for JR's. I knew he wouldn't let him go.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, it was rough, and I think it's going to stay with us for a while, but yeah, I think that was the right thing to do.
And I'll just kind of walk forward.
Before all of you, sitting cross-legged before his own corpse, is Tregeth's soul, who looks down at each of you with a sense of reverence and also a bit of sorrow, particularly when his eyes see Heen.
Tell me everything.
I'd be glad to share a nice recounting of the events of the last few days.
Actually,
Let me begin with-
Tregeth, if you don't mind, I'd be happy to tell you it real quick.
Please.
Tieflings are so hasty.
Aren't we, though? And then I will tell him everything that happened.
Tregeth, one additional request, if it's not too much trouble, if you could properly return Heen's mortal remains to the earth.
Of course. The tree that sprouts from his body will be a memorial to his sacrifice. It seems the only thing left for Heen to give the world was himself. I am sorry that this is what it came to.
I think it's because of him that the Seekers have disbanded. I think Heen's gift to the world was so much bigger than he ever knew, and I'm so sad we could never tell him.
I hope wherever he is, he knows.
I hope so, too.
I know you all miss him a great deal. I think it's admirable that you wish for him to
remain here in Noctara. After all, being missed is the price of being loved.
Well said.
So now, here we are. You have done what I did not think we could do, especially so quickly. You have saved my home, the home of my children, and my end of the bargain I will fulfill.
I mean, you've had some time to think this through. Do you have any idea what's gonna happen?
It is possible that I will walk on 2 little feet, as you do. But more likely, by surrendering my power, I surrender myself. I will be no more.
Couldn't you just go into retirement?
It is all right, Tana.
Is there a Disney World in this continent?
If I'm not willing to give my life for something, then what was I living for? Shake the dew from your eyes before molt grows.
Okay.
The world will persist without me.
I'm having a really hard time with this. I know that it was my idea to do this, but now that I've actually gotten to know this god, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling with this.
He sees the hesitation in you and in Mo, who I assume is still I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Every decision is made in darkness. Only by making the decision can we learn if it was right or not. And I truly believe that this is right. It is my duty to restore balance to this world I love so much, and for my children to inherit it from me. First, if you don't mind, I'd like to get to know each of you a little bit. And I need to tend to a few things before I go.
Yeah, of course.
I have questions as well.
I'm sure you do.
Finian, we need him to go this year, man.
The conversation continues for hours. Treguth makes a point to get to know and understand each of you, listening to your sorrows, your stories, and your hopes. During this time, countless druids enter the grove to say their own goodbyes to Treguth, or to ask final questions about how to best move forward. And finally, as the conversation naturally quiets, he lets out a sigh with the weight of an immortal about to die. Before I go, we should talk about my brothers, as I assume you will be seeking them out next.
Is there any chance they're going to be as noble and
Not
step
a
down?
chance.
Tana, stop!
Not a chance.
Well, let's start with Imiguth, my youngest brother, the Cloud Giant. I do not wish to call him a liar, but do not trust a word he says.
Okay.
His soul wanders the path of trickery, which is close, it's not far. I will be sure that a boat will be awaiting you when you're ready to leave. I think if it comes to a battle, you will win. You just need to lure him out. He is tricky, after all.
Okay.
And a word of caution about Thoguth. He still lives. Not as a soul, but in physical form. If you kill him, his soul will travel to Noctara as mine did, as Imiguth's did. So, if it comes to combat, you will need to find a way to destroy his soul, so you will not have to fight him twice.
Oh, I did not think about that.
How does one destroy a soul?
With a sword.
Or a really bad insult?
Wow. I mean, also true. I'm so sorry, sir. I'll look at him just a moment, and then I will glare at JR. How do you think we're going to get that?
When you ask, I'll look down at you, because I'm a dragon, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Our ally carries him right now.
Oh, yeah, Gonk did have him. But wait, did Gonk even win? The storm is looking for us.
Gonk is a strong soul. He's probably still alive.
I mean, true. Oh, man, we got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, we do.
Then I will not keep you waiting. Funny, I have lived longer than any being ever should, and yet I'm still not ready for the end. So one last thing before I go, I'd like to stall a bit longer and impart a little bit of wisdom on each of you, or try to, at least. It would be a waste to not try. Mo, there is no need to worry anymore. You have chosen your path. All there is left for you to do is walk it. While others may seek to sway your convictions, let the authenticity of your intentions shine brighter than the sun filtering through the leaves. Your actions and beliefs, rooted in your innate kindness, will be your legacy. And what a bright one it will be.
Wow. Wow, when you put it like that, I don't feel as bad. Maybe you're right.
Mo, through your purity of heart and your trust in yourself, you've gained understanding and certainty. Your wisdom score increases by 2.
Wow.
And you can use your bonus action and 2 key to remove any status condition on yourself. Charm, fear, restrain, stun, etc. You won't be manipulated anymore.
You're very slippery
That is
dude.
cool. And any effect.
Yes.
Wow.
Wait, so no more guys in trench coats and dark alleys?
That's right. By the way, our patrons help write these boons.
Oh, that is awesome.
That's
so,
incredible.
a shout out to all of you guys. You're the best.
Brilliant.
JR, the tapestry of fate is intricate and often beyond our grasp. I fear that you cannot escape your destiny. But that doesn't mean you have to accept it quietly. Do not allow yourself to be reduced to Thogut's pawn. You're so much more than that, and your actions do matter. Even within the constraints of fate, choices shape outcomes. Seek the balance between surrender and defiance, and you will find your way through even the most tumultuous storms.
JR, you gain 2 boons. One to represent fate, the other to represent freedom. The first is you gain a 3rd portent roll each day.
Ooh.
Wow.
So these are his future sight
Oh my
rolls.
gosh.
Second, you can discard all 3 of those rolls to instead write your own fate,
What?
giving any roll you can see a natural 1 or natural 20.
Holy cow.
That is so OP.
Tana, your scars bear witness to the trials you've overcome. And while no platitudes can soothe the burning of those wounds, that very pain has taught you kindness and has fostered strength. Without it, there would be no growth. Embrace the roaring fire within, for it is a symbol of your resilience. Let your past be a source of empathy and healing, channeling your power to mend the wounds of others as you have mended your own.
Tana, every time you've rolled chaos during this campaign, I've removed the result from your table, leaving blanks.
Oh.
Those blanks are now filled by your unleashed form. In addition, Kai is able to help out now.
What?
Once a day, he gives you a free reroll on the chaos table, and you can choose either result.
Ooh.
Awesome! Brothers are the best.
Finian, my dear child, you have grown from a sapling into a towering oak. In the vastness of your experiences, you have collected wisdom far beyond your years. As you continue walking the path less traveled, stand tall against the whispers of doubt. Let the accusations of being unorthodox or dangerous be like raindrops that slide off your leaves. For being different has allowed you to embrace the different gifts of others. In the symphony of the forest, the most enchanting notes are often the ones that deviate from the norm.
Trust in your own melody, Finian, for it is a song that only you can compose. Finian. Embracing the qualities that have made you unique means that you can delve deeper into your understanding of life and death. You can commune with spirits during short rests, allowing you to re-prepare your spells, as well as gain a temporary proficiency in any skill for the day, as you've learned it from them.
Oh, wow.
In addition, you learn the life transference spell and always have it prepared.
Cool.
Then his gaze turns to Sensei, who sort of buckles under the weight of it. But then he quickly stands tall. He is king of humans, after all. No need to beat around the dead bush. Lay it on me. Sensei Horus, your charisma is a double-edged sword, a gift that can both inspire and deceive. True strength lies not in manipulation, but in authenticity. The path of honesty may seem thorny at first, but it is the soil in which genuine connections flourish. Embrace your charisma as a force for unity, for in uniting others, you will find the one thing you've truly been seeking. Tregeth's gaze sweeps over each of you, acknowledging your individual strengths and weaknesses. History has its eyes on you, all of you. The path you carve now will guide those who will follow, so please walk with mercy. When he speaks next, his voice is resonant yet soothing, filling the glade and echoing gently across all of the path of mercy. My children, hear me now, for the time has come to mend the balance of our world, a task that requires I release my power. Though my form will likely fade, my love will always remain, woven into the very soil and sky of this land. My sacrifice is but a continuation of the cycle, an embodiment of the mercy that has defined my existence. His form begins to shimmer, his outline blurring with the surrounding nature as his essence merges with the trees. His voice softens, like a gentle breeze rustling through the leaves. Do not fret. You have no need from me. You're a forest that has long since outgrown the acorn. Now it is your time. As my final lesson, let this act remind you that even in the face of darkness, the light of compassion can guide the way. Tregeth becomes increasingly ephemeral, specks of light drifting off from his soul. Farewell, my children. May this world thrive and flourish once more. With these words, Tregeth's spirit dissolves into a cascade of radiant energy, which mingles not only with the forest, but with the world itself. The glade is illuminated by a brilliant, otherworldly light, and a wave of profound serenity washes over the land, for the first of 3 have fallen. And that is where we'll continue next week.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Before then, I'd like each of you to level up.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to our podcast, and a special thanks to our greater deities, Ricky, Linda, and Tom. Our deities, Zach, Vic, Alley Cat, Jason, Holly Mac, The Diligent Protector, Malpomene, Pete M, Ride Andre, and Indy. Our celestials, Ironjaw, Lee, Little Lib, Tasha, Nick, Virgin McClurkin, and Chris Kremkow. Our heroes, Terry, Ray Kitsune, Chris Mitowski, Soren, and Vansel, and all of our adventurers. If you want to affect the story like they do every week, come roll with us on Patreon and Discord. And another thanks to SD-Way Gaming for supplying our dice. That is all I have for today. See you all next week.
Bye.
See you, nerds.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
How did we get
I can't
here?
just say I love
there's
blue
magic
cheese.
in this
talking
world.
about.
There's magic in this world where people can create food.
Okay.
And I was wondering, like, does different people, like, do different magic users make different tasting food, or is it universal? Like, if a guy makes an apple, does it taste like an apple? Or,
Oh.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless he's crazy and he makes it taste like a pineapple.
Like if you were like a chaotic creature like Tana, right? And
Right.
like you had that spell, could you have an apple, but it actually tastes like a ghost pepper?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I assume
I feel like it's
absolutely.
I
per
would do
person.
that all the time.
That's-
Like, you
that-
get
yeah.
a spicy apple and you get a
I
spicy
assume
apple.
We've
and-
all just done that too,
Yeah.
because like Ezekiel made bread, like fungus
Yeah,
bread, because
that.
he grew up in a cave.
Right.
So I think everyone just naturally does that. Yeah.
You make a banana, you peel it, it's a strawberry underneath.
But it's shaped like a banana.
Just peeling it,
wow.
strawberries. It's just like
How
strawberry shape.
weird.
And when
be
Finian
weird.
makes the hero's feast, everything is mushroom.
Makes sense.